The woman's face turned purple in the middle of the café, eyes wide, hands clawing at her throat, while everyone around her froze like fear had glued them to their seats. And in that exact second, Noah Carter didn't think about the fact that he was late for his second job, or that his phone was buzzing with the daycare's final warning, or that he had exactly $13 left until payday. He didn't think about how people like her, women in tailored coats, diamond still wrists, perfume that smelled like money, didn't exist in his world. He only saw a human being choking. So he jumped. And if Noah had known that the woman he was about to save was a billionaire, one of the most powerful women in the country, he still would have done it. But he never could have imagined she'd fall for him, and that loving her would become the hardest thing he'd ever done. Because the truth is, saving someone's life is easy compared to surviving what comes after. That's where the real story begins. Noah's boots scraped the tile as he shoved past a table, his voice cutting through the panic like a blade. Move. Give her space. A young couple stumbled backward. A barista dropped a tray. Someone screamed, "Call 911," but their voice sounded far away, like it was underwater. The woman, mid-30s, elegant, her hair pinned perfectly, was standing beside a table, frozen in terror. Her mouth opened and closed with no sound. Her eyes locked onto Noah's like he was the last light in a tunnel. Noah didn't ask her name. He didn't ask if she was okay. He just stepped behind her, wrapped his arms around her waist, and pulled hard, once, twice, nothing. Her body jerked like a rag doll. Panic surged through Noah's chest. His heart hammered with a wild fear that this was going to be one of those moments you replay for the rest of your life, the moment you didn't act fast enough. He tightened his grip and thrust again, using every ounce of strength he had left after 12 hours of labor and another night of no sleep. On the fourth thrust, the woman coughed violently, and a piece of steak shot out onto the floor. She collapsed forward, coughing and sobbing, one hand braced on the table. Her breath came back in broken pieces, like she had to remember how to be alive. Noah steadied her, his own breathing ragged, his arms still around her like he was holding her together. "Hey," he said softly. "Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Breathe." For a second, she didn't speak. She just held onto the edge of the table like the world was still spinning. Then she turned her head slightly and looked at him, really looked at him, and Noah felt something strange, something sharp, like he'd been seen. "Thank you," she whispered, voice hoarse. Noah nodded once, already stepping away. "You're good. Just sit down. Sip water. Slow." People started clapping like it was a movie. Someone patted Noah's shoulder. Another person tried to hand him their phone, saying, "You're a hero, man." Noah didn't want applause. He didn't want attention. He just wanted to get to his daughter. He grabbed his cheap paper cup of coffee, now cold, and turned to leave. But the woman's hand shot out and caught his sleeve. Her fingers trembled. "Please," she said, like the word carried more than gratitude. "Don't go yet." Noah paused. He glanced down at her hand on his jacket, then at her face. Her mascara hadn't smudged. Her hair was still perfect. But her eyes were different now. Softer. Human. He swallowed. "Ma'am, I really have to." "What's your name?" she asked. "Noah." "And she stopped, inhaled like her throat still burned. "I'm Vivian." Noah gave a polite nod. "Okay, Vivian. You're safe. Just, take it easy." He tried to pull away. She didn't let go. Her voice dropped, trembling with something deeper than fear. "You didn't hesitate." Everyone else just stared. Noah's jaw tightened. People panic. But you didn't. Her eyes glistened. "You moved like you've saved people before." Noah's mouth twitched with something almost like pain. "I've saved my kid from choking. That's all." Vivian blinked, and something cracked open inside her expression. "Your kid," she whispered. Noah nodded, finally pulling his sleeve free gently. "Yeah. My daughter. Lily." He looked at his phone again. 14 missed calls. 3 texts from daycare. He stepped back. "I'm sorry. I really have to go." Vivian's lips parted like she wanted to say more. But she was still shaking, still catching her breath, and maybe she realized she couldn't keep him. So she let him go. Noah turned and walked out of the cafe with his shoulders hunched against the cold, thinking only about Lily, only about how late he was, only about how he couldn't afford another penalty fee. He didn't know that Vivian Hale, billionaire CEO of Hale Global, the woman who could buy half the city without blinking, was watching him through the glass like she'd just seen something she'd forgotten existed.